All right, part 2, Ecclesiastes first chapter. Part 2 is from verse 12 to 18. It's wisdom is meaningless. So I'm going to read it to you from NIV version. I, the teacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem. I devoted myself to study and to explore by wisdom all that is done under heaven. What a heavy burden God has laid on man. I have seen all the things that are done under the sun. All of them are meaningless, a chasing after the wind. What is twisted cannot be straightened. What is lacking cannot be counted. I thought to myself, look, I have grown and increased in wisdom more than anyone who has ruled over Jerusalem before me. I have experienced much of wisdom and knowledge. Then I applied myself to the understanding of wisdom and also of madness and folly. But I learned that this, too, is a chasing after the wind. For with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more grief. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break down what is Solomon saying. So he started by I. Solomon is talking. He starts his sentence by I to separate himself from others. He takes himself as an example, as a testimony. Then he said, the teacher. Now he explained who he is, but the office he operates in, the office of teaching, the gift of teaching. Then he said, King of Israel, another description of who he is. But now it's earthly talking. First we had I, mark of existence, creation, being. Then the teacher, mark of a gift from God. But now we have King of Israel, a title on earth. Purpose, earthly purpose filled from power. Then he said, in Jerusalem is earthly location. He devoted, took the time to try to understand the purpose of what is done in the world. The reason what we are doing and accomplishing in this world. Notice that he says by wisdom, meaning that without wisdom you can't understand the purpose of the world. Because without wisdom you will only get caught up in the foolishness of the world and what is going on in the world. He said, like chasing the wind. Have you ever tried to chase the wind? I tried when I was a kid. I tried to swallow the wind too. It happening. You look down, you really look dumb when you try to do that. But listen, something that you're going to waste your time with, that's what it means. Something that is impossible, but not impossible in the term where God couldn't do it. But because God spoke the wind fast and unchaseable. There's a lot of people that say, that it's impossible. And people say, well, nothing is impossible for God. It's not about what is impossible for God or not. Nothing is impossible for God. But God created things with law. So he's not going to change it if he spoke it like that. That's why we can't change the wind. He spoke wind like that. It's a law. God established it that way. Now, if you think I'm wrong, go ahead and go chase the wind. It's all right. We're good. Like we say in French, bon vent. Then he say, what is wrong cannot be righted. What is missing cannot be recovered. Refers to the ultimate perplexity and confusion that come to us because of all the unanswered questions in life. Solomon, writing about his own life, discovered that neither his accomplishments nor his wisdom could make him truly happy. That's why a lot of people will say, I have money, I have cars, I have like a bunch of stuff, but I'm not happy. So a lot of people say, I don't understand why you're not happy. You have all of that and you're still not happy? Listen. I'm going to say it again. Solomon, writing about his own life, discovered that neither his accomplishment nor his wisdom could make him truly happy. True wisdom is found in God, and true happiness comes from pleasing him. He said, I said to myself, Yes, he is talking to himself, like a bunch of us do daily. But he has to talk to himself. Talking to yourself doesn't mean you're crazy. You actually have to talk to yourself. When you talk to yourself about a situation, it helps you to analyze where you at and help to bring all the elements necessary to a better understanding. Also needed for an identity check, to check yourself, to know who you are, to know where you at, to know what you're doing and if it's right or not. With what he says, he is not acting cocky, but he is boasting in God, being transparent that he is different because he received God's wisdom. God asked him, I can give you whatever you want. What do you want? Solomon asked for wisdom. So yes, he was the wisest man. So he's not boasting in his own self, but in what God had given him. Like I said, remember that Solomon is the wisest man. He ain't no punk. Exposing that the opposite of wisdom is foolishness and nothing else. The more you understand, the greater your pain and difficulty. For example, the more you know, the more imperfection you see around you. And the more you observe, the more evil becomes evident, obvious. As we set out with Solomon to find the meaning of life, we must be ready to feel more, to think more, question more, hurt more, and do more. Are you ready to pay the price for wisdom? A lot of people are not even ready to receive wisdom. That's why the Bible says, ask and God will give you. But some people are not even ready to receive wisdom, to see what wisdom allows you to see. Jesus Christ paid the price for salvation. And obviously, wisdom is not in everybody. The Bible says, ask and it shall be given. Ask God for wisdom and it will freely be given into you. James 1st chapter, 5th verse. And a lot of people think that they are wise, but they are filled with worldly wisdom, which is intellectualism or confusion that God called foolishness. Read 1 Corinthians from verse 18 to 31. Solomon highlights two kinds of wisdom in this book. First, human knowledge, reasoning, or philosophy, intellectualism. And second, the wisdom that comes from God. In these verses, Solomon is talking about human knowledge. When human knowledge ignores God, it only highlights our problems because it can't provide answers without God's eternal perspective and solution. Solomon is saying that outside of God, there is no satisfaction. There is no real happiness. There is no real wisdom. There is no real establishment. Because if you're looking at the world with the worldly perspective, you will get caught up in everything is natural. But if you are a man of God or a woman of God, spiritually equipped with tools such as wisdom, knowledge, discernment, you will be looking at the world with an outside looking in vision. It's like you have those perfect glasses that make you see things that in the world, without them, you can't see clearly. That's why people in the world, people with the world mentality are blind on what is really going on around them. That's why when you get saved, you start seeing things with a different vision, a different aspect. Salvation is the first pair of glasses you receive. See, like that, like a pair of glasses that you put on. But then there is different brand and strength in the glasses. So the glasses of wisdom and knowledge is like an X-ray of the world. It's deep and it might hurt because, like Solomon said, increasing sorrow. You're gonna see things that you don't want to see, but Jesus said, "The truth shall make you free." Those are glasses of truth. People in the world with our glasses are walking in deceitful ways, walking in foolishness. They can't see clearly. They are deceived. They have knowledge that knows nothing. They believe in power that is weak. They believe in wisdom that is foolishness. They believe in love that is hatred, lust. They believe in good deeds when it's only sin or self-seeking or self-ambition. They have their whole priorities messed up and believe that they are at the top. Satan deceived them. The enemy lied to them. So wisdom, knowledge, and discernment are the glasses. That's the brand new glasses. The glasses that allow you to see what is really going on. But not only in the world, but in your life as well. Don't forget that change in the world starts with yourself. Stop trying to change people, but change people with the change in yourself. Some people should change and seek for God just by looking at your salvation, looking at your lifestyle. They should envy you. Not envy you by wanting what you have, but desire what you have, not in a sin way, but to say, I want to be saved. I want to know God. I want to have what God has given her or has given him. People should think like that when they look at you, not like that person is always struggling, that person is always mad, that person is always cussing. Like, there's no such thing as a cursing Christian. I'm sorry, I'm just throwing rocks in the air. If it falls on you, my bad. So the glasses that allow you to see what is really going on, but not only in the world, but in yourself. Glasses of truth. You will be hurt by what you see in your own life. Truth will bring a change or a rebellion. It depends what you want. With those glasses, you cannot lie to yourself. And with those glasses, you can't not sugarcoat yourself. As Christian, we need to stop sugarcoating ourselves. We need to stop saying, oh, God is dealing with me and it's taking time, but I'm working on it. No, really work on it. Stop sugarcoat yourself. Fix and face yourself. First face yourself, then fix yourself. We always have a word for other people, but use that word for yourself first. Check yourself. We always thinking that we have time. We do not have time. The Bible said that tomorrow is not promised. So why are we trying to put things back to tomorrow when we have time to do things the same day? A lot of people say, I don't have time today. But who blessed you with this time? Who blessed you with this day? God gave us that day, and we're going to tell God, I don't have time to pray. I don't have time to check myself. I don't have time to give you my issues. I don't have time to give you praise. But God gave us that day, but we cannot give him back a little bit of that day. When he can tell you, well, if you don't have time for me, I don't know what you're doing. Because only real satisfaction is in me. But I'm just saying. If you are sugarcoating yourself, it means that you are not wearing the right glasses. Growth is a part of being satisfied. Because if you're not growing, you're not living. If you're not growing, you're dying. I hope it blesses you. And have a blessed day or blessed night. Whatever. And thank you for watching. God bless you.